Tomorrow, I got an advance notice. Tomorrow, the USA Today newspaper will publish a story about the highway and transit and bridge portions of the stimulus. The thrust of the story is that the federal government has not made good choices in investing these funds. It's not attacked the worst first repair projects. The story is misguided. Federal government does not make those decisions. Federal Highway Administration does not make those decisions. Those choices are made by states, and the states have been preparing for this since December of 2007, all through 2008. The state DOTs have had time to select projects that qualified under the stimulus. And remember that our portion of the stimulus, I make no apologies for the rest of it. I've never had a person come and say, thank you for the tax cut that we gave them. In fact, one person said, yeah, but we have to give it back. Well, well, we have to pay it back. You know, I think that was a misguided provision. We should have put that $300 billion into surface transportation. But that's history. The point is that all through 2008, we had hearings, we discussed this issue, we had bipartisan support in this committee on a $30 billion infrastructure program, and the purpose of it was to create jobs within a limited period of time. And the states were to select those projects that were designed, engineered, EIS completed, right-of-way acquired, down to final design and engineering. All they needed was the money to go to bid. And that is, in fact, what has happened. And our every 30-day reporting and oversight hearings has put the blowtorch to the backside of the state DOTs, and they've stepped up their act. They've gotten their projects out, they've got them under contract, and our next week we will show that there are 120,000 direct construction jobs underway on projects under contract being built all across this country. And the USA Today article misrepresents the issue, and our hearing next Thursday will provide a much more complete picture, not only of the direct jobs, but also those in the supply chain. This, as I stated at the outset, our fourth in the series of hearings will show those aggregate sand and gravel operators, the pipe manufacturers, the valve manufacturers, the hydrant manufacturers. All of those are stimulated because of the stimulus project. So I just want to make that
Mr. Chairman.
Opening statement. Yes, the gentleman from Michigan.
Thank you for yielding to me. If I may just add to that, I'm very pleased that USA Today is beginning to pay attention to what the Congress does, and particularly what this committee does. But it would be nice if they would intelligently study the issue first. And just last week, they ran a story about general aviation and the funding that goes into airports. Again, it was badly mistaken. And there, Mr. Costello, I see him shaking his head. He's the chair of the aviation subcommittee. Very misleading article about it, and I just learned that they ran an editorial today on it. Mr. Graves and I are going to be circulating a Dear Colleague, so at least our colleagues will realize that this was not accurate. And it's very disturbing when a major newspaper like that does not bother to take the time to get the facts straight before they write a major article like this, especially with their nationwide circulation. So I think we have to speak up against that and make them aware of the situation. Thank you for yielding.
Thank you for reminding me about that. I spent about half an hour or so with the USA Today reporter on that issue, defending small airports and pointing out how important they are to the lifeblood of communities. Citing specific examples in several states, not a single word appeared in that article.